I'm Shireen Williams, and this is Clarence Hill, and together we cover the Cowboys, and we're going to bring you some Cowboys news today. First, Clarence, let's talk a little bit about the offense. Zach Martin was the first-round draft pick, third time in the last 4 years they spent a pick on the offensive line. I think all of us expect that offensive line to be way better. It was a strength of the team last year. It's going to be a strength of the team this year. They're going to try to keep Romo upright. But what do you think this means to the running game and DeMarco Murray? Are we going to see them try to run the ball a little bit?
Overall, let's talk about the offense. But bottom line, as much talk about the defense, how it's taking a step back. The Cowboys really think the offense is going to be better than it was last year. Number one, because the offensive line is better with Zach Martin. Number two, because of the new offensive coordinator with Scott Linehan. And certainly DeMarco Murray was one of the stars at the end of last season. He really blossomed toward the end of last season, had a Pro Bowl season. And they want to build on that. Scott Linehan is offensive coordinator that gets the ball to his premier players, gets the ball to his top players. He's going to find a way to get DeMarco Murray the ball, and certainly behind this offensive line, which has now 3 first-round draft picks in it, including Zach Martin.
And obviously they need to keep DeMarco Murray healthy. That's been one of DeMarco Murray's problems this early in his career, is staying on the field. When he's on the field, he's very, very good, which leads us to another injury concern with the Cowboys, and that's Tony Romo. The Cowboys are going to play a faster-paced offense under Scott Linehan. How is this going to affect Romo and that back, or is it going to affect him at all?
Well, I think he should be fine. Certainly, you know, the issue with the back is getting hit. Yeah. You know, not necessarily the faster pace, and I think he can handle a faster pace. Certainly, he's a veteran quarterback. You know, the good news with Tony Romo was he had a back injury last year. He didn't get to do anything in the offseason program. The first time he got to do anything was really start the training camp, and he came into camp out of shape. This year, he is ahead of the game. He's doing a few things, although he's been limited in OTAs and minicamp and held out most of the team stuff. He is ahead of schedule and should be ready to go in shape, full go for the start of training camp. And again, he's only going to thrive. Tony Romo, people don't realize, he had a very good season last year, 31 touchdowns with 10 interceptions. The Cowboys expect him to build on that this year with Scott Linehan.
What leads you to believe? I think we all chuckled the other day when Jerry Jones said the defense was going to be better, and somebody asked why, and he said, well, because it can't be any worse. They were the 3rd worst defense in NFL history last season. What leads you to think that this defense might be a little bit better than it was last season?
Well, I don't think it's going to be better. Yeah. But, hey, let's go from the Cowboys' point of view. They're going to be better because they're going to be healthier. They're going to be better because they're younger. They're also going to be better because even the stars that they had last year, the guys that we're talking about, them missing, one of them wasn't on the field in Sean Lee. The other, DeMarcus Ware, was injured. He was a shell of his former self. Remember, as bad as they were on defense last year, they were still 1 game away from making the playoffs. You know, so they don't think they have to become the #1 defense in the league. They just think they have to improve and get some stops because the offense is going to be that good.
But I'm with you. Are they going to be markedly better? How much is that upgrade going to help?
Right, and going back to, you know, my biggest issue is that you got great players like Henry Mills. Now, actually, we're getting ready to talk about that. Here's a guy that the Cowboys are betting on the come. You know, they need him to perform. They need him to be a premier player in this defense. They did lose their proven stars in DeMarcus Ware, Jason Hatcher, and Sean Lee, and they're betting on a guy like Henry Melton, who just walked into their interview, to be a guy who is going to be that proven playmaker, that star, that anchor for this defense.
All right, we got OTOs over. Minicamp's now over after today. It's on to training camp, July 22nd. We'll be back with you then. For the Star Telegram, I'm Shireen Williams, and this is Clarence Hill.